Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we're back at it with Woodville Whiskey Company. Yes, Woodville is they put out some new releases. Not one, not two, but 3 new releases. They are definitely let's call it stepping their game up for sure. So hey, I give them credit. Really excited for Woodville. You guys may know if you ever watched the channel, I'm a big fan of Woodville. First and foremost, I love craft distilleries by themselves. And then also, my first barrel pick several years ago was with Woodville. So I'm a huge Woodville fan and really excited to see that they're changing up a little bit, putting out some new products, and we're going to see what they're all about. Fair? All right. And thanks, by the way, for Woodville for sending these over for, true, honest reviews. So I really appreciate it. All right, so we had 3 new products that we're trying today. We have the brand new 100% rye, which I think this one came out like in, I think I want to say like mid-March, I believe. So like a little bit over a month ago. And then you also have the 100% rye finished in port barrels, or export barrels, I should say. And then last but not least, what literally, and I mean literally, just came out yesterday, is their bourbon whiskey finished in ex-tequila barrels. Yes. Tequila is a hot commodity this day and age, so obviously Woodville is they're already ahead of the game, if you will. So all right, let's dive into each one of these. So I'm gonna give you a quick review of all 3 of them. Fair? All right, so let's go one by one. Let's start off with the 100% rye whiskey. So this is a 100% rye whiskey. What I love about Woodville is the fact that they are a true craft distillery. They distill everything themselves, they age it, they bottle it. They get all their grains right from a local Washington farm. They work with the Omlin family and the Omlin farm, so everything is truly from the state of Washington as a whole. They do it all themselves, which I love that, and they have a great partnership with the Omlin farm, the Omlin family as a whole. So I respect that. So this is 100% rye whiskey. So the mash bill is obviously 100% rye. Age is a little bit over 5 years, so let's call it 5 years and some change. Proof on this one, I think this is 90, I believe. Yep, 90 proof. So 90 proof, but the price point very fair, $40. So you can't beat that $40 bottle. This is available nationally, so all across the U.S., wherever you can find Woodville, you'll be able to find this product as a whole. Ooh, nice. So the cool thing about this rye whiskey, it's 100% rye. It's definitely very minty, but it also has a really good blend of like, or notes I should say, of like apple. So you got some mint, some apple, some pears. Very nice. A smidge of like a, which I've always felt like most Woodville products always have like a, almost like a honey note to it. So it's very like sweet in the nose, even though it's 100% rye whiskey. So you got your mint, you got your pepper, an apple, pear, a little bit of a honey as well. Very nice nose. All right, $40, 90 proof, 5+ years from an age standpoint. Let's get into it. Cheers to Woodville. At 90 proof, nice clean palate. Everything in the nose matches the palate. It's a real good, almost a good influence of honey and apple, which I had in the nose, but a lot more in the mid end of the palate. It's very clean at 90 proof. It's not going to beat you up. It's a really good, almost like a really good daily sipper, honestly. Let me get a little bit more. Very nice, clean, sweet, peppery. It truly is a perfect blend of the nose matching the palate. The pepper, the mint is definitely offset by like the traditional, I call it Woodville note of like that honey note, but then also that apple and that pear, that fruit, it definitely came through as well, right? More on the lighter fruit side, right? This to me at $40, if you're looking for a really good daily sipper, something that you can sip the entire day, even like in the summer months, like when it's a little bit warmer out, to me, this is a buy, absolutely. Now, there are a lot of people out there that only prefer like a cask strength, kind of beat you up kind of a rye, like ones that are just very bold, very vibrant. This is not that. This is nice and clean, elegant. It's a good pour, especially at $40. It's a great deli sipper, and it's one that I think you can even mix it if you wanted to as well. But honestly, it actually packs quite a good, bit of a flavor, if you will, for a 90 proof rye whiskey. Not bad at all. All right, that is the first one. Let's go over to the same category, 100% rye whiskey, but finished in export barrels. Yes, export barrels. So the mechanics of it are still the same. It's 100% rye whiskey, aged 5+ years. Still, I think it's still 90 proof, right? Yeah, 90 proof. The only exception here is that it was finished in export barrels. Because it's finished in export barrels, the price is obviously a little bit higher. Obviously, when you think about the distillery is sourcing those other barrels, those port barrels, they are definitely a little bit more expensive. So from a price standpoint, it's actually $70. But this one was $40, this one's $70. All right, let's get into the nose real quick here. Unfortunately, we don't know how long the rye whiskey sat in those port barrels. Unfortunately, that part we don't know, but that's okay. That's right. Just look at the color difference though of the standard 100% rye whiskey at 90 proof versus the still 90 proof but finished export barrels. Look at that. Look how much darker that is. So obviously the port has a huge influence on the whiskey, at least from a nose standpoint. We'll see about the palate. All right, on the nose, wow, it cuts the peppermint almost right out from a nose standpoint. This is just filled with like dark, like cherries, blackberries, even a little bit of grape, and a smidge of chocolate at the very bottom of the nose. At the bottom of the nose, you get a little bit of a peppermint, right? Like a pepper and mint kind of a note. But really at the bottom, it's more darker fruits, right? Blackberries, plums, some leather. Wow, it really beats up those pepper and those mint notes. It kind of just shoves them to the bottom big time. All right, here we go. 90 proof, so same proof point, but just finished in export barrels. Let's get into it. Cheers. Wow, great influence. Great influence of that port. Damn, that's nice. That's really nice. Oh my goodness. It definitely, you can see all the oils too. Very rich in the mouth. Very rich, very sweet. But like those fruit notes definitely stand out. Gosh, you may not even know this is even a rye unless you obviously saw the bottle. You truly would not know this is a rye. You might actually almost think it's a bourbon finished in export barrels, but it's not. That's really good. Oh. Clean finish. The only part about this is that it's a little sweet. The finish kind of, because you have like the sweetness, it slightly goes here and kind of drops off a little bit, but it's almost more of like a really good dessert pour. This is an interesting one. I like this a lot. From a decision standpoint, is it a buy, do not buy, leave on the shelf? By the way, you can only get this online at Woodville, like directly on their website. For me and me only. For me, I'm actually gonna give this one kind of like a double verdict in a way. For me, this is a buy because it's very sweet and very rich. So for me, it's a buy. But for the average consumer, and you really want a rye to be a bit more peppery, even if it is a finished rye, you still want the rye to kind of live there, this may or may not be for you. So I would actually give this, for the second part of the judgment, a split decision. Try it from a friend. Hopefully a friend has it. Try it from a friend and then make your own decision. For me personally, I'm good with it, but it's definitely a lot sweeter than the average rye. Rye is supposed to have a little bit of pepper and mint. This cuts it right out, big time. But I like it though. I love sweetness. Cheers again. Super sweet. That is good by me all day. I'm good with that by far. All right, now we're moving over to the last of the Mohicans. We're about to dive into the bourbon, the brand new release, bourbon finished in X tequila barrels. But before we dive into this one, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts. Have you tried any of these recently brand new releases from Woodville? If so, what are your thoughts? Last but not least, please make sure you also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. So this is a hot commodity because it literally was released yesterday. So this is a brand new release. It released yesterday at the distillery. Actually only 1 bottle per person. They only made 2,000 bottles of this product. So only 2,000 bottles. They had 500 available at the distillery, and then the other 1,500 will be available online starting May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. So this one fully officially releases actually tomorrow, which is pretty cool, online on their website, which is pretty neat. Age-wise, is actually aged a little bit more than these two. So this is aged 6+ years, and even from a proof standpoint, jumps it up a little bit. This one comes in at, exactly at 100 proof. So aged 6 years, 100 proof. Same price point as this one, $70. I know Orlin and Brett, the co-founders, sourced and looked really, really hard for, let's call it the top of the line ex tequila barrels. So they end up finding these extra añejo tequila barrels that they got, and from what they said, they're thrilled with this, right? Again, this is gonna be an interesting one because I am not a tequila expert. I like tequila. I don't love it, but I like it. But I'm not a tequila expert, so I'm very interested to see how does bourbon, 6-year-old Woodville bourbon, finished in extra añejo tequila barrels. How is that combination going to be at 100 proof? It's going to be very interesting for the judge. Ready? Let's dive into it. Here we go. All right. Ooh, okay, it's an interesting nose. So the one thing about Woodville whiskey, to me, always has, I think I said it earlier, like a honey note to it. No matter if it's a bourbon or rye, in this case a bourbon, always has like a honey forward note to their whiskeys. But this one finished in the ex tequila barrels, the añejo, extra añejo barrels. It has like a earthiness to it. A earthiness, kind of like an earthiness meets floral, meets mint. Very interesting nose. This is different by far, big time. Hold on. Yeah, it's very earthy, very sweet, very different. All right, well, hi. Only one way to find out. Let's dive into this one. Here we go. Cheers to Woodville. That's different. That is very, very different. It's funny because I did an episode not too long ago, I think actually, last week, talking about, bourbon, like the whole bourbon industry and so forth, and then the rise of the tequila industry. There are a lot of whiskey drinkers who are also tequila fans, and I mean big time. Like, I know a lot of my whiskey friends are huge tequila guys and ladies, right? So there's like a huge rise of people loving tequila as well as loving whiskey. This is, for them, it might be the best of both worlds. Let me get one more sip real quick. It's such a unique nose. I honestly don't know what to make of it because it's sweet, it's savory, it's earthy. Oh, it's just different. All right, last little sip. Cheers. Okay, that's different. All right, I'm giving this one, I have my decision. To me, the mid palate, end of the palate is actually really good. For being 100 proof, very robust at 100 proof. The palate is very coating. It's a longer finish, especially at 100 proof. It's a longer finish. It's one though, for my decision, this will make sense. Judge, is this a buy, a do not buy, or leave it on the shelf? This, my friends, is by far a split decision. It's definitely a split decision, and here's the reason why. I think you personally have to love tequila and bourbon. If you love tequila and bourbon, then you will absolutely love this, and I mean love this. I know a couple friends of mine that live locally to me that are going to come over and crush this bottle because they love bourbon and they love tequila almost like equal. It's a perfect blend of bourbon and tequila. Now, on the other side, there are a lot of people that do not like tequila and they're just bourbon drinkers. If you don't like tequila and you're only a bourbon drinker, it may not be for you. But I'm giving this a split decision, not because it's bad, because you truly have to love tequila and bourbon. And that is a critical thing. Hey friends, as we say in this courtroom, peace, cheers, most important, salute, and hey, congrats again to Woodville and these new releases.